Ever wondered who sent the first rocket to space and how the first space program began? And no, it wasn't the US or the Soviet Union. The V-2 rocket was created by Nazi Germany during World War II. It was not built for science or exploration, but as a weapon to cause fear and destruction. The rocket was launched vertically from mobile platforms, guided by a simple computer and powered by liquid fuel. Between 1944 and 1945, more than 3,000 V-2 rockets were fired. The main targets were cities like London, Antwerp, and Liège. Thousands of civilians were killed in these attacks, and many more were injured when entire neighborhoods were destroyed in seconds. On top of that, tens of thousands of prisoners and forced laborers died building the rockets in underground factories under horrible conditions. The V-2 became a weapon of terror, designed to make people feel helpless because there was no defense against it. But in 1944, one V-2 launched almost straight up and became the first man-made object to cross into space. This was not planned. It was an accident. Yet that one flight showed that reaching space was possible, even with the technology of the 1940s. A weapon of war had, by mistake, opened the door to the stars. After the war, the Soviet Union and the United States both raced to capture V-2 rockets and German scientists. The Soviets took about 150 engineers and specialists to help them, while the United States brought over more than 1,600 German scientists, including Wernher von Braun, under a secret program called Operation Paperclip. With their help, both nations built the rockets that started the space age. The Soviets scored the first big wins. In 1957, they launched Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite. Just 1 month later, they launched Sputnik 2, carrying a dog named Laika, the first living creature to orbit Earth. In 1959, their Luna probes became the first to reach and photograph the moon. And in 1961, Vostok 1 carried Yuri Gagarin, the first human, into orbit. The United States also advanced quickly. In 1946, using a captured V-2, American scientists took the first photo of Earth from space. In 1958, they launched Explorer 1, their first satellite, which also discovered the Van Allen radiation belts around Earth. In 1961, astronaut Alan Shepard made a suborbital flight on Mercury Redstone 3. And just a few years later, Wernher von Braun and his team designed the Saturn V rocket, the powerful machine that carried astronauts to the moon. Before the V-2, space was only a dream, something in science fiction books. No machine had ever gone beyond Earth's atmosphere. After the V-2, real rockets were possible. If Hitler had used this technology for science instead of war, Germany could have been the first nation in space. And if the V-2 had never been built at all, the world might have waited many more years before touching space. What if the V-2 rocket had never been created? Would humanity still be staring at the stars through telescopes, dreaming of space but never reaching it? Maybe the first satellites, the first photos of Earth from above, and even the first human flights into orbit would have taken many more years, if they happen at all. The path to the moon and beyond might have been delayed by decades, and the space race between nations may never have begun in the way we know it today. All because a weapon of war accidentally became the first step toward exploring the universe. Subscribe for more space videos.